Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Georgia and today I'm going to be watching episode 12 of Never Let Me Go. Finally reached the final episode. Last episode we left off with Nueng being kidnapped by his uncle and he was being held captive. Palm has noticed that he's missing in true Palm fashion. He noticed pretty much immediately. They left a telltale sign with the tap still running, so you just knew that there was something suspicious going on. Tanya woke up as well, and that was a really nice moment. Channon is out of jail. Things were looking like they were on the up that episode. Palm and Nueng were working together. They became such a solid unit. This episode though, will they be dragged apart? Will the cowherd weaver girl's story come true? I don't think so. I just can't see how it would happen. But they've mentioned it so many times, I feel like it must come into play. We will see. Will anyone die? I feel like Chopper's either going to die or save the day. And I know which one I want it to be. I feel like either Chopper is going to shoot his dad or his dad is going to shoot Chopper. Basically, this will be a Chopper-centric episode. No, I'm excited to finally finish it. Palm and Nueng are the first couple in our sky as well. So we've got that to look forward to straight after. And then it's over. Straight away. All like that. I hope they get a good ending. Fingers crossed. It's not Chopper's fault.
กูจะมาหาไอ้หนึ่งเนี่ยกูพยายามจะทำทุกอย่างให้มันถูกต้องอยู่ที่กูจะมาหาไอ้หนึ่งเนี่ยก็ต้องบอกว่าพ่อกูอยู่เบื้องหลังทั้งหมดแล้วตอนนี้พ่อมึงกำลังจะฆ่าคนอื่นด้วยนะเว้ยแต่กูไม่รู้เรื่องไง
He'll work with you, Palm.
กูจะไม่ยอมให้หนึ่งเป็นไรเด็ดขาดมีใครที่ต้องหยุดพ่อกูคนนั้นก็ต้องเป็นกู
Please, I've been wanting this since episode like 2. I need Chopper to be trusted because he's done so much for everyone and he gets nothing back, let's be real. He just gets people doubting him, saying you're working with him, it's all your fault, when he hasn't done anything. But that is also the issue because he hasn't done anything. It's so good. So good.
ทิ้งปืนไม่งั้นกูยิงทิ้งแน่
Oh my god, wait, they're bringing Palm here. Because they're going to threaten him to make them sign it.
แม่งก็รีบมาช่วยโดยไม่คิดถึงชีวิตตัวเองเลยเชี่ยกูจะหาลูกน้องที่รักกูขนาดนี้ได้ที่ไหนวะ
Never. Your own son doesn't even love you that much.
ทำเหี้ยอะไรก็ได้
No.
กูตบหน้าบริการคนนิดเดียว
You stabbed him with a gun, that's painful. Do you see how much he's
ว่า
bleeding?
มึงสองคนทำงานกันยังไงถึงได้รักแล้วก็ผูกพันกันขนาดนี้
Don't act like you haven't seen the video.
กูเลือกถูกคนใช่ไหม
Yeah.
คิดไว้แล้วไอ้เหี้ยเนี่ยคือจุดอ่อนของมึงมึงรักมันใช่ไหมถ้ามึงไม่อยากให้กูทรมาน
Is there anyone that you care about enough that would let you drop this? You know you don't have that love in your life. All you have is greed.
ได้นะครับคุณหนึ่งปล่อยให้ผมตายก็ได้ตีไปเซ็นให้คนเหี้ยอย่างมันนะครับนึกถึงพ่อผมที่ต้องยอม
No! He actually just got
ก็
shot.
จะยิงมันแม่งไปเรื่อยๆจนมันทรมานตายต่อแม่งไปเลยดีไหม
No!
ผมใช้ก็ได้
I hate that worked.
คุณหนึ่งครับจะได้มาทำไมครับผมเสียคนละผมกูไม่ได้อี
He
กแล้ว
just got shot,
มึงอยู่กับกู
Palm.
แล้วปาล์มนะ
หนึ่งเดียวพ่อตายแม่ตายคนเดียวก็เลยทนไม่ได้
Wait, no. She's alive.
ดีไหม
No!
มึงจะยิงมึงก็ยิงเลยถ้ากูจะตายกูตายด้วยกัน
ได้โรแมนติกดีกูจัดให้
I need Chopper to come in right now. Oh! Yes! Come on, Chopper!
เฮ้ยมึงเอาปืนจ่อลูกกูทำไมมึงเอาปืนลงสิวะ
Interesting.
ไอ้หนึ่งไปได้ยัง
ห่วงไอ้หนึ่งเดียวมากกว่าห่วงกูอีกเหรอนี่กูถาม
You're
เพื่อมึง
seeing
นะ
yourself. No, you're not!
พ่อเคยถามว่าผมต้องการอะไร
กูต้องการเฮียอะไรงั้นเลย
พ่อไปฆ่าพ่อแม่มันเนี่ยเพื่อธุรกิจเหี้ยเนี่ยพ่อคิดว่าผมมีความสุขอะแล้วถ้าผมไม่หยุดพ่อเนี่ยผมก็จะเหี้ยเหมือนพ่อ
I am so happy. Oh, I'm so happy Palm and Nueng are getting to see him say. Palm is dying, by the way. Or not dying, but he's just been shot in the leg. Should probably, try and get him out of there. But I'm so happy they're getting to see this because he's been doing this the whole series and no one has believed him. Now they're witnessing him say it straight to his father as he has been doing all along. And I'm so proud of Chopper for actually doing that. He just shot his dad. Like, wow. Finally. But saying he'll tell the police as well. He'll go to them. I mean, hopefully the police do the right thing. Even though Kit has ties to the police, hopefully they don't have corrupt police officers who will just let him wangle his way out of it. But the fact that Chopper is doing it is enough. Like, he's more than proven himself. You're the only person that sees that as a bad thing. No. No. No! Are you serious? No! Oh my goodness, this is too much. I've only ever heard Susu saying like unserious things. Oh, don't say that. No. Oh my god, poor Nueng. I mean, I'm not crying because I know he'll be okay. Oh, Nueng say he's scared. That is the bit that hurt the most, you know. Oh god. Yeah, see, look, he's fine. He's in the next thumbnail. But, okay, Kit loves Chopper more than I thought. He said, I'll show you what kind of ending is waiting for good people. I thought that meant he was going to shoot Chopper. But he didn't. He has that restraint for his son. Which, I guess I can low-key respect that part of it. Like, he does love his son. But he doesn't love it more than he doesn't love him, I mean. More than he loves himself. And more than his greed, really. Because I feel like he tries to tell himself that he's doing it for his son's future. But he's not. He's just doing it because he wants it. Chopper is making his own money doing cryptocurrency. He actually looks bad though. Can we trust you, Ben? No.
ขอโทษจริงนะเว้ยที่พ่อกูทำให้ปาเป็นแบบนั้นนะมึงไม่ผิดเว้ยกูรู้มึงพยายามจะหยุดพ่อมึงแล้วกูไม่กล้าหยุดเลยเขาเลยกูควรหยุดเขาไปได้ตั้งนานด้วยขอโทษจริงๆอ่ะกูควรหยุดเขาได้ตั้งนานแล้วกูขอโทษจริงกูไม่ได้โกรธมึงเว้ยมึงไม่ผิดเว้ยการที่มึงจะเอาพ่อมึงเข้าคุกอ่ะมึงควรภูมิใจในตัวเองนะสำหรับกูอ่ะมึงก็ยังเป็นลูกพี่ลูกน้องคนเก่งคนเดิมนะ
Talented, wow. Oh, the moment I've been waiting for all series. Ben. Oh, my two crushes.
ขอบคุณมึงมากนะที่เรียกตำรวจมาไม่เป็นไรแค่มึงไก่ปามปลอดภัยอ่ะกูพอใจแล้ว
Go, Ben.
อยากสูญเสียคนรักไปอีกแล้วอ่ะ
It's scaring me because they're all talking like his mum is dead, and I'm thinking, did I forget something from last episode?
ถ้าไอ้ปามเป็นอะไรไปกูคงให้อภัยตัวเองไม่ได้ว่ะคิดแบบนั้นดิไอ้หนึ่งก็บอกแล้วนี่ว่ามึงไม่ผิดอ่ะกูยังไม่รู้เลยว่ากูจะกล้าแบบมึงหรือเปล่ากูภูมิใจในตัวมึงเนี่ย
I think he needs that. His dad said how not proud of him he was, and he resented him for being a good person.
กูจะไม่มาได้ไงล่ะกูเอง
Chopper.
ก็มีส่วนผิดกับไอ้หนึ่งเหมือนกันน่ะกูอยากมาอยู่ข้างมึงกูอยากให้มึงรู้อะว่าสิ่งที่มึงทำมันถูกต้องกูจะอยู่ข้างมึงเสมอนะ
Oh, you need Ben by your side. He has such a happy presence all the time.
ไม่ได้ผิดหวังในตัวกูเลยใช่ป่ะกับสิ่งที่กูรู้สึกกับมึง
Oh.
แล้วมึงจำเอาไว้นะไม่ว่ามึงจะรู้สึกยังไงกูก็รู้สึกเหมือนกัน
Yeah. Oh, I guess that's their happy ending. I still find that so sad that Chopper stopped being his friend because he liked him.
ปาล์มคุณหนึ่งเป็นไงบ้าง
Good night.
ผมเป็นหนักขนาดนั้นเลยเหรอครับ
ไม่ได้หนักขนาดนั้นหรอก แต่ว่าหมอก็บอกว่ามึงต้องพักเยอะหน่อยอะ
Just remembered, he got shot in the same place as Tanya. She got shot in her back as well.
แล้วนี่คุณหนึ่ง
He
เฝ้าผม
kind
ต
of
ลอด
did
เลยเหรอ
lock
ครับ
out that he was only in a coma for 2 days.
ใช่ กูนอนเนี่ยแหละ กูอยากให้มึงเห็นกูเป็นคนแรกไง
Well, Nueng seems like he's in a much better place than he was a couple days ago.
แล้วคุณสุภกิจล่ะครับ
อากิจตัวตำรวจจับแล้ว และชอปเปอร์มันก็ช่วยเป็นพยานเอาผิดพ่อมัน คันมือปืนคนก่อน จนเขาสารภาพว่าพ่อมึงไม่ได้เป็นคนทำ
They could get done for perverting the cause of justice, right?
นี่ก็คงไม่มีใครมาทำร้ายคุณหนึ่งแล้วนะครับ
I mean, don't speak too soon.
คุณหนึ่งครับ ขาผมเป็นไรอ่ะทำไมผมถึงขยับขาข้างขวาไม่ได้อะ
หมอเขาบอกว่า มึงอาจจะใช้ขาข้างนี้ไม่ได้ชั่วคราวนะ กายภาพเยอะหน่อยอะแต่ไม่เป็นไรนะ เดี๋ยวสักพักมันก็กลับมาเหมือนเดิม
There's some solace in that it's temporary, but oh my god, that's so scary.
หน้าเนี้ยมึงดูแลกูมาตลอด แต่ตอนนี้มันถึงเวลาของกูแล้วนะ
Palm
กูไม่มีทาง
won't
ที่มึงเป็น
want
แน่นอน
that though.
เฮ้ยคุณหนึ่งไม่ต้องช่วยครับ บอกไม่ต้องช่วยครับคุณหนึ่งลุกเองได้
That's so much freedom that you lose.
คุณหนึ่งช่วยไม่ตายหรอก
ถ้าผมกลับมาเดินไม่ได้เหมือนเดิมแล้วล่ะครับ
Oh, don't think
มึง
like
อย่าหมดหวัง
that.
สิ มึงเดินไม่ได้อะมึงยังมีกูคอยพยุงอยู่นะ
I know Palm though. Palm, you would think that's such a reassuring thing. Oh, he's gonna stay with me forever, no matter what. No matter his condition, that he's being reassured that he will never leave him and he will love him no matter what. You would think that that would be a really good thing to say, but because Palm is the way he is, he's always felt like he's not good enough for Nueng. The only thing he can offer him is that he can take care of him. He knows that Nueng has all these goals in life. He will feel like he's a hindrance to him because if Nueng has to take care of him, he can't go out and do all the things that he said he wants to do. And then we go back to that thing of they want each other to live their own lives and oh my god, they're gonna be separated. They're gonna be separated. No. It's gonna happen. No.
ไอ้หนึ่งบอกมาว่ามึงโคตรไฟท์เลยนะ แล้วตอนนี้อาการมึงก็ดีขึ้นเรื่อยๆแล้วใช่ปะกูว่านะ ถ้ามึงกายภาพบำบัดอีกแป๊บนึงอ่ะ ก็น่าจะกลับไปเล่นบาสได้เหมือนเดิมแล้ว
This is really optimistic.
เรื่องที่พ่อกูทำให้มึงต้องเป็นแบบนี้
มึงไม่ได้เป็นคนยิงอ่ะ ไม่ต้องขอโทษหรอก
ขอจ่ายค่าพยาบาลจนกว่ามึงจะหายอะ
ไม่ต้องอ่ะ แต่กูหามาจ่ายเองได้
กูไม่ได้ทำเพราะสงสารนะเว้ย แต่สิ่งที่พ่อกูทำไว้กับมึงกับไอ้หนึ่งอะยังไงกูก็ต้องรับผิดชอบ ถึงแม้เขาจะเข้าคุกไปแล้วอะ
This is what life will be now.
ทำในสิ่งดีๆบ้างได้ปะ
Although personally I would take it.
แล้วแต่มึงแล้วกัน
Don't mess this up.
มึงต้องกินเยอะๆนะเว้ย ยังไงกูว่ามึงต้องใช้แรงไก่ปาล์มเยอะ ใช้แรงอะไรวะ ดื้อขนาดเนี้ย ไอ้หนึ่งก็ต้องใช้แรงแล้วก็กำลังในการสร้างกำลังใจให้มันเนี่ย มึงคิดอะไรเนี่ยเปล่า
Ben!
แล้วมึงสองคนเอาไงต่อ
ก็
Are they wearing the same necklace?
กูจะไปเรียนดนตรีที่นั่น
England?
กูก็กะจะไปด้วยนะ อันนี้กูกำลังดูโรงเรียนอยู่ กะจะไปเรียนเกี่ยวกับการเงินเนี่ย
นี่มึงไปด้วยกันเหรอ
ก็มึงเป็นคนชวนกูไม่ใช่ครับ งั้นเดี๋ยวพวกกูไปก่อนนะ
Oh, that's so good. They're making big plans together. And they're coming to England. Hello. Oh. Oh.
ขึ้นมา
คุณหนึ่งไม่มีงานทำเหรอครับ ถึงมาเสียเวลาผมแบบเนี้ย
It's not a waste of time.
มึงพูดอย่างนี้ได้ไงอะ
It's genuinely
มึงรู้ว่า
hard.
กูเสียใจอะเวลามึงดูแลกู มึงมีความสุข แล้วมึงไม่คิดหรอ ว่าเวลากูทำให้มึงบ้างอะ
ผมไม่ได้อยากเป็นภาระคุณหนึ่งไง
ก็มึงไม่ใช่ภาระ
I love Nueng for saying that. That's so true.
มึงอย่าเป็นฮีโร่อยู่คนเดียว เราต้องเป็นฮีโร่ของกันและกันนะ
You have to accept help when you need it. But it's also like that sense of loss of freedom, as I said, like not being able to function properly without help. It would be such a dramatic thing to have to take in. Can you imagine? God, they played this music in episode 9 and the memories.
รักมึงนะป้า
อยากอยู่ที่นี่แล้วว่าเดี๋ยวเราย้ายกลับไปอยู่บ้านก็ได้นะ เดี๋ยวพอแม่ออกจากโรงพยาบาลได้กูจะได้ดูแลทั้งสองคนพร้อมๆกัน เดี๋ยวกูให้มึงมานอนห้องกูด้วย
Have you actually
ไม่
told
ต้
your
อง
mum
กลัว
about
อธิ
him
บายให้
yet?
แม่ฟังเอง แม่กูเขาชอบมึงอยู่แล้วยังไงก็ไม่มีปัญหา เราจะได้อยู่ด้วยกันแล้วนะกูไม่อยากนอนคนเดียวอีกแล้วอะ
Oh, I don't like the look on your face. Thing is, he's still worrying more about Nueng than himself. He's not a selfish person. If I was in that situation, I'd be fretting about my own future and like what life would be like for me, but he's worrying about Nueng.
แต่เขาเปลี่ยนไปในทางที่ดีขึ้น เขาดูเป็นผู้ใหญ่แล้วก็ดูแลตัวเองได้ พาเขาไปเจออะไรมาก็ตาม แต่มันทำให้เขาแข็งแกร่งขึ้น
Okay, good. From that line in the like preview of the last part, I thought she was gonna warn him off, and I was about to be pissed.
เธอไม่ต้องเป็นห่วงนะปาล์ม เธอกับชานนท์ฉันจะดูแลอย่างดีก็มาดูแลหนึ่งเดียวแล้วนะ กลับไปใช้ชีวิตของเธอ เดี๋ยวฉันจะหาคนมาดูแลหนึ่งเดียวเอง
Are you telling me you didn't pick up on the hint that they're together?
ถ้าพี่พบรู้พี่พบคงดีใจอะที่หนึ่งเดียวเขาสามารถดูแลตัวเอง
Talia!
น่าจะก็จะวางมือแล้ว ฉันหวังว่าคงจะไม่มีอุปสรรคอะไรมาขัดขวางเขาอีกนะ
Talia! Go back to the coma! Mom! You just said the wrong thing in every aspect. You oblivious queen. How did he leave by himself is the question.
โรงพยาบาลไปแล้วค่ะ
ฮะ แต่เขาเดินไม่ได้ไม่ใช่เหรอ
เดินได้แล้วค่ะ แต่ยังไม่ถนัดเลยให้เจ้าหน้าที่เรียกรถให้
No, there's a note there. He doesn't have a bracelet to leave though.
ผมขอโทษนะครับที่ผมทำตามสัญญาที่ให้ไว้กับคุณหนึ่งไม่ได้ คุณหนึ่งอย่ามาเสียเวลากับผมเลยครับผมรู้นะครับ ว่าคุณหนึ่งรักผมอะแต่ผมอยากให้คุณหนึ่งรักตัวเองมากกว่านะครับ
That's literally
คุณจะได้ใช้ชีวิต
what you should be saying to yourself.
มันเป็นสิ่งที่เกินคนอย่างผมจะฝันได้ แต่ถ้าคุณหนึ่งรักผมจริงๆอะคุณหนึ่งอย่าตามผมมาเลยครับผมรักคุณหนึ่งนะครับปาล์ม
They both did the same thing to each other. If you love me, don't look for me. Palm followed him. There was never any doubt that Palm would. Oh, the song. Never let me go. Oh, okay. There was never any doubt that Palm would follow him after episode 9. But Nueng, I don't know. Well, I guess I do know now. Will he try and prove Palm wrong and like let them be separated for a bit and throw himself into work and whatever so that Palm will realise that they're both happier when they're together rather than apart no matter what the circumstances are? Or will he just follow him straight away? 3 months?
ก็ยังกระเพกอยู่นิดหน่อยนะ
The
พี่
thing is as well, Nueng will know where to find him. He's gonna be here. There's nowhere else that he would be. And not going to see him must be so painful. Trying to respect what he wanted. Because I feel like also Palm has never got what he wanted. Never got his opinion heard or been respected. And so Nueng is adhering to that after everything he's done for him. But you know, he'll come.
ก็ทำอยู่คนเดียวไม่มีใครช่วยเลย
อะไรที่เราทำเองได้อะก็ทำเองดีกว่าครับ
You're way too stubborn, Palm. You're recovering from paralysis.
แต่ผมก็ต้องช่วยแม่ทำต่ออยู่แล้ว
I love that their names were Tam and Mam.
และเนี่ยคงจะเป็นสิ่งเดียวอะที่ผมทำเพื่อแม่ได้ หลังจากที่เขาทำเพื่อผมขนาดนั้น
He's all about repaying. He is so much like his dad.
นี่หนึ่งเดียวมันไปไหนอะไม่มาช่วยมึงเหรอวะ หรือว่าดูแต่กิจการมันอะ
เขาก็คงมีชีวิตของเขาแหละครับ
Unhappily.
ยังไงก็หาคนมาช่วยหน่อยละกันนะ พี่จะได้แบบไปหาผู้ชายอะไรบ้างอะที่ทำคนเดียวก็ไม่ไหวหรอก
Love that. Also love her shoes. Did anyone see those? Hello. You must be so lonely, Palm. Oh, no! They're taking us back to episode 10 now. All the flashbacks that we didn't get to see.
เหนื่อยแล้วก็เมื่อยมากก็เลยอยากจะอ้อนแฟนสักหน่อยอะ
โห นี่
Better
มึงเห็นกูเป็นที่
times.
ชาร์จแบตเหรอฮะ
น้ำหน่อย
นี่ มึง
There's
นะ
so much life in
ลด
them.
ค่ากูขนาดนั้นเลยเหรอฮะ แล้วถ้ากูเหนื่อยอะทำไง
ถ้าคุณหนึ่งเหนื่อยอะนะ คุณหนึ่งก็หอมก็กอดผมกลับได้ไงครับ
โอ้โห
What? Especially because this is back when Nueng was so grumpy. I love it. I'm annoyed at you, Tanya.
หนึ่งจะเอางานมาทดแทนความรู้สึกในใจไม่ได้นะลูก
Do you realise what the hole is now?
เหนื่อยที่หัวมันคิด มันวุ่นวาย
They're both doing the same thing as well. That's so funny.
มันก็ยังคิดเรื่องเดิมอยู่ดี แล้วทำไมไม่ไปหาเขาล่ะลูก
เขาใช้ชีวิตแบบที่เขาต้องการ ไม่ใช่ชีวิตที่ต้องมาเดินตามผม
You've had enough time apart.
ลูกของแม่ดื้อจะตาย
Now listen. I want to know what her reaction was after she found out. Because Nueng must have told her about his relationship with Palm after Palm left. I want to know what her reaction was and whether or not she thought, oh shit. Shit, because it is her fault. Palm might have run off anyway, but her words were the final nail in the coffin. But it's looking hopeful. Also, by the way, I don't hate her. It's just a joke. They have kind of got the cowherd weaver girl story type thing in there. Like they had a separation, except it wasn't other people driving them apart. It's themselves. They have caused their separation every time. You're still wearing the hat. You sado.
นี่ชื่อบาร์หนึ่งเดียวเหรอคะ ชื่อพอดีจังไม่เคยได้ยิน
พอดีเป็นชื่อของคนรู้จักอะครับ
How can you tell him to stay away from you and then dedicate a whole hostel to him? I see me.
สวัสดีครับ
Oh.
โอกาสแล้วมึงต้องกลับมาที่เนี่ย กลับมาสานต่อความฝันของแม่แหม่มสบายดีไหม มึงคิดว่ากูสบายดีหรอ
Come
มึงไม่คิดเลยใช่ไหม
on.
ว่ากูจะคิดถึงมึงอะ
You both feel exactly the same.
กูรู้สึกแย่แค่ไหนอะที่เป็นห่วงมึงตลอดเวลา ไม่รู้มึงจะเดินยังไง จะกินข้าวยังไง จะทำอะไรยังไง
I didn't even think about that.
ผมแค่ไม่อยากให้คนอื่นต้องมาเสียเวลากับผมอะ
It's not a waste of
ว่า
time.
รักแต่ปล่อยให้กูเจ็บ ปล่อยให้กูรอ มึงยังรักกูอยู่หรือเปล่า
รักครับ
No hesitation.
การที่มึงอยู่คนเดียวอะมึงมีความสุขเหรอ มึงไล่กูกลับได้เลย แล้วกูจะไม่กลับมาให้มึงเห็นหน้าอีก
They're doing so many parallels to like episode 9. I hate it.
ยังไงผมก็ต้องการที่ชาร์จพลังของผมนะครับ
Oh. That's so sweet. He's still wearing that bracelet over his rich ass watch.
แต่ตั้งบาร์เป็นชื่อโรงเรียนเป็นไงบ้าง
เอาจริงๆนะครับ ตอนที่ผมหายไปอ่ะ ผมก็ไปทำกายภาพบำบัดอยู่ตลอดอ่ะ
Good.
พาคุณหนึ่งไปเที่ยว ไปเล่นน้ำได้อีกแล้วอ่ะ
So you always had the intention of going back to him.
รอให้พร้อมก่อน ผมไม่เคยอยากทิ้งคุณหนึ่งเลยนะครับ
Of course.
ถ้ากูไม่มาหามึงอะกูจะต้องรออีกกี่ปีมึงถึงจะพร้อม
Shut up.
แต่ตอนนี้กูพร้อมแล้ว มึงอยากจะสานฝันแม่แหม่มต่อใช่ไหม ส่วนกูอะก็อยากอยู่ข้างมึง
This is where I like them being. This is where they were happiest.
มีความหวังเรื่องเราสองคนเลยเหรอ
ใครจะไปกล้าหวังล่ะครับ ความเป็นไปได้นี่แทบเป็นศูนย์เลยนะ
กูอ่อยมึงตั้งแต่ที่บ้านแล้ว มึงเนี่ยแหละเป็นคนที่แอคคูลอยู่ได้
เฮ้ย นี่คนหนึ่งอ่อยผมมาตลอดเลยเหรอครับเนี่ย
Wait. Oh my god. I knew, like, Nueng was acting so flirty and it always made no sense. The way he would always get close. Like that time when he went into his room to study for their project and they like went really close and did that rotation. That was flirting. And then he started going on about liking Ben and it was like, what? The mixed messages were real though, Nueng. How was he supposed to know?
คุณหนึ่งไม่ต้องห่วงเรื่องเราสองคนหรอกครับ
He'll
ผม
be
ก็จะรอ
there.
คุณหนึ่งที่นี่แหละ ถึงแม้เราสองคนจะได้เจอแค่ปีละครั้งอ่ะ
Why are you saying once a year? What is happening? I think I missed something.
ผมอยากให้ที่คุณหนึ่งเคยบอกผมอ่ะ
Oh, right.
ว่าจะรอคุณหนึ่งที่นี่ที่เป็นปัญหาของเราสองคน
They had to get it in there. They really had to.
กูจะกลับมาเจอเจ้าของโฮสเทลนะ
Once a year? That's so deep. They better FaceTime.
กูขออะไรอย่างดิ
ขออะไรล่ะครับ
เลิกเรียกกูว่าคุณหนึ่งได้ละ เรียกว่าหนึ่งเฉยๆสิ
ได้สิครับ
I can't believe he still does that. He's still got the tattoo.
ไกลเหลือเกินจากฉันไม่เทียมเทียบกันกับตรงนั้น
Nuengdiao's name is everywhere. Also, that shot is just beautiful. His hair, I love his hair flicks. Will there be a show more aesthetically beautiful than this one? I doubt it. Sometimes in a relationship, time and space can help us realise what we really want. Is that your way of justifying the separation? Okay, I really liked the ending scenes. That felt very Palm and Nueng. You know, them on the beach, them in the hostel. I feel like that is always where they were at their best. Always where they were the most together, and the beach scenes were my personal favourite, or the beach episodes rather, they were my personal favourite portion of episodes, and I feel like that is the same for a lot of people. We got a happy ending as well. I mean, that's always a bonus, considering at the start I was fretting so hard about whether it would be a happy ending or not, even though Our Sky was announced. In hindsight, that is ridiculous. Although I feel like Our Sky is something separate, so it still could have not been a happy ending. Like, isn't Our Sky like an AU or something? I'm so happy that they got a happy ending. Chopper and Ben and Palm and Nueng, they all deserved it. They shoehorned a meeting once a year thing in there, and I don't know how I feel about it. Because it felt like they just put that in there because they mentioned the story so many times, and so like they kind of had to have it in there somewhere. But also I kind of do like it in a way as well, because it shows that they're not going to hold each other back in the things that they want to do. Like, they shouldn't let each other hold themselves back from pursuing their dreams. So actually, you know what, I don't mind it. I love that Chopper shot his dad to stop him from, you know, killing Nueng and Palm, and that he turned on him at the end, as he should have done, because there was no saving him. He tried to get through to him a lot of times. It never happened. He was going to kill Palm and Nueng right in front of him. He had to report him. And it looks like he's going to be off living his best life with Ben in England. So, win-win. If Nueng's going to England, that would be amazing. Like, all three of them together. I also feel like, you know, we're in modern times. They can use FaceTime. It's not like they're going to be seeing each other only once a year. They can utilise technology, thankfully. It's also not like they're driven apart. They have the option to see each other if they want to and stuff like that. So it's nice to know that Palm will be there running the hostel, doing his own thing, making his own money, and as he wanted, and then Nueng pursuing his dream elsewhere. So we have met that middle ground finally, where they can both do what they want to do while being together, which I feel like was kind of a big problem throughout the later episodes. Especially, they always felt like they were holding the other back. So it is nice to see that they communicated and met that middle ground and were able to come to that compromise that they had been struggling to reach the whole series. No GMM TV show though has had a finale with something that hasn't bothered me. Each of them has had one thing that I just feel like the episode could have done without. And for Never Let Me Go, it was the Palm paralyzed thing. The thing is, they're smart though, is they put these things in there that I don't like, but they justify them in a way. We had Palm becoming temporarily paralyzed, and then he left Nueng because he didn't want Nueng to put his life on hold to take care of him. And that is so in character for Palm. Like, I'm mad about it, but it was so in character for Palm. They didn't have to have him become paralysed and have that whole separation thing again, especially when they're going to be separated anyway. They could have done something else rather than having them be separated again. But I did like the way it paralleled with episode 9 and how Nueng did what Palm did what Nueng had done before, and the way they went about it differently, with Nueng respecting what Palm said, whereas Palm didn't respect what Nueng said in episode 9. He followed him straight away, and both ways it was kind of for the best, because Palm was never going to let Nueng back in his life while he was injured because of how stubborn he is, because of the way he's always lived his life. Would have maybe rather had a different storyline for the final episode, like maybe of Palm struggling to come to terms with being Nueng's boyfriend, like if they did tell Tanya after the whole thing with Kit went down, if they did have Palm struggling with being Nueng's boyfriend rather than his bodyguard, and then him deciding to go off and open the hostel because he feels like he's spongy off of him and his mother, and then them working on Nueng's balance, travelling between each place there that way. But look, I won't complain because I'm just so happy they got to be together in the end and got a happy ending. It's just a minor thing, like I didn't hate the episode or anything because of it. It's just they always put us through something bad in the final episode and I don't want that. I did still love this show though. 10 out of 10. I say that after just like criticizing it, but the way I rate things, I rate them on enjoyment. I don't care, like you can pick holes in everything you watch. I notice mistakes and plot holes in every show, but I don't mention it because you're not going to enjoy it when you pick holes in it like that. Like, you just bypass it. I got so much enjoyment out of this show. I loved most of the characters. Well, I loved some of the characters a lot. Let's just say that. All I need is one character to really, really love. And they gave me 3. Bet you can guess who they gave me 3 characters that I love so much, and I'm so glad they got their happy endings. If Chopper died, I think I would have gone insane. Like, that was a possibility that could have happened, and I'm glad they didn't go there either. Underrated show as well. Very, very slept on. Or at least its fandom aren't that vocal about it, because it does alright views-wise. For a while, it did better than My School President. I feel like by the end it didn't so much. Looking on the views of them now, a month later, it did well views wise, but it just didn't have like as much of an active fandom as My School President, so it seems like it's underrated. But I truly appreciate this show and everyone involved. Oh, actually, I want to see my first thoughts on it. I did this with My School President the other day, and I actually really enjoyed seeing what my first impressions were. So let's have a look. I know that I absolutely love this one. I was so awaiting it, and that's the thing I was worried about. I was like, I'm looking forward to it so much. Am I gonna be disappointed when it finally comes here? And I wasn't. So yeah, I'm very, very happy with that. Okay, yeah, again, for YouTube people, this was a video that I made in July, I want to say, last year, after the Vice Versa trailer came out. I watched a few trailers from the GMMTV 2022 event that people had recommended me, and then I did like a ranking of how excited I was for all of them. My School President was number 4. Never Let Me Go was number 1, all the way. Number 1 is Never Let Me Go. That trailer really stood out to me. Again, the colouring, the cinematography, the drama of it all. My main worry is I feel like that one could not have a happy ending. I'm always... That was wrong! Yay! But the colouring, they changed the colouring. The colouring was still beautiful. And the way they did change it actually really suited the like beach vibe they had going in a lot of episodes. But the colouring, they did change it up from the original trailer. It was a lot darker. Although saying that, I feel like it was quite dark in the first few episodes, so they kind of changed it in the different settings. Like in the final few episodes, it was also different. They really changed the tone to whatever the setting was. They paid so much attention to it. I loved it. Always here for the happy endings. I hate sad endings. Yeah, so that one could let me down. That trailer incorporated so many different aspects and lots of tropes that I enjoy. They had a swimming pool scene, bodyguard trope, enemies to lovers potentially, love triangle, hugging in bed, jealousy, like it looks really good. Oh my god, I just had a flashback to that episode 4 ending scene. That was a tough time. The swimming pool scene, mate, we got even better than that. The swimming pool scene was like what, them falling into it in episode 1. We got beach scenes. Georgia last year would have eaten that up. That would have skyrocketed the trailer even higher. Enemies to lovers potentially, love triangle, hugging in bed, jealousy, like, oh yeah, they did. It looks really good. It totally does not look fluffy in any shape or form, besides that one scene where they were dancing. That trailer was... Oh my god, and there was so much more dancing in the actual series. That was wrong as well. There was quite a lot of fluff in this series for what? For such a dramatic show, there was a lot. The beach scenes especially. Like, I think that's why they were my favourite, because I do love my fluff. They also had angst though. Like, the thing is, I always say I love fluff, but I would never watch a show that had no angst. Like, absolutely not. You've got to have a mix of angst and fluff, but majority fluff. was so amazingly put together. I feel like it just had to be number one. Like, everything was so on point. The music, the acting looked pretty good.
Yeah,
The direction, the
yeah.
cinematography, the colouring, guys, the colouring. If the show is all coloured like that, it will be my favourite show ever, because I love that vibe. I just love the vibe. It really fit with
I
the
can't
dark
say
tone
if
of
it's
the
my favourite show
I just
ever,
hope it
though.
doesn't turn out to be a tragic love story where one of them dies at the end. I hope it's just Jimon that dies if anyone's going to. That one was amazingly good. I hope that one's coming out soon, because that one's great. And I want to know who directed that one as well, because I really liked that style. I'm in awe of how good that one was, actually. That one I can't really flaw. I could find a flaw with most of them and why I wouldn't watch it, but that one just looks great to me on all bases. So yeah, Never Let Me Go is my most awaited out of this lineup, as well as Vice Versa and The Eclipse. They are the three that I...
2 out of 3.
really
We've watched 2 out of
fault.
3.
I really liked all 3 of those trailers.
Well, a lot of that still holds up. I said I could really flaw the trailer. I've managed to flaw this final episode, that's for sure. But yeah, it truly didn't disappoint me. I loved it as much as I loved that trailer back then. It was great. I loved it so much. They did such a good job with the characters. The what did I say? The acting, the music as well. I didn't mention that. Not just the OSTs, but the use of English songs throughout. So good. And they had the majority of it was indie songs as well. And I feel like indie songs pull emotion out more than any other. Like, when it's a song that you've heard 1,000 times, like, yeah, you love it and you can have like nostalgic memories from it, but indie music, because it's from smaller artists, it always feels so much more heartfelt. And the tunes, I don't know, it gives me like tingles sometimes. I loved that song. Episode 6 I think had my favorite use of music. There was so many good songs in that episode. I'm thinking, I just suddenly got a vision in my head of the music playing while Palm and Nueng were laying on the beach at the end of episode 6, and Palm holding Nueng's hand and the music playing in that. I think that might have been the first time I cried at the show, actually. Good times, good times. And I do know the director now as well, Jojo, P. Jojo. Definitely looking forward to his works. He's got another show this year, doesn't he? Oh yeah, Only Friends. I'm looking forward to Only Friends. For a lot of people, it's their most awaited. It's not my most awaited out of this year's lineup. But I am still really looking forward to it. It looks very different, very messy. That's also given it a lot of controversy. So I'm kind of like, oh, why people? It looks like it's very different from GMMTV's usual style. As this was, I really like him as a director. He seems like he's not afraid to defy odds and try something different. Definitely looking out for his other works. Oh, and he also did the warp effect. I love the warp effect as well. That was so good. I will always recommend that to anyone that hasn't seen it. Not a BL, but it has a BL couple in it if you're interested. It's great on all bases though. Female characters in that are great. I might have been a bit critical of this final episode, but I still loved it. They got there in the end, and I'm looking forward to seeing them again in our sky. That's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching my reaction to episode 12 of Never Let Me Go. If you want to watch my uncut reactions to Never Let Me Go, the link to the Patreon page will be in the description below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye!